In a desperate effort to please the hard left, Biden has rejected the judgment of his own party's voters and placed Harris in line to have all the power that Democrats thought she shouldn't have. With Kamala Harris, the Democrats are between a rock and a hard place. Remember, a vote for Joe is a vote for Kamala. And going forward, and given Biden's irreversible mental decline, Republicans, I think they need to stress that point now more than ever. Whether Biden stepped aside or not, he's not going to, Kamala Harris, who ran one of the worst presidential campaigns in our political history, she still holds the keys to the Democrat kingdom, even as she tries to play the role of enthusiastic cheerleader.
We give thanks to our Commander-in-Chief, the President of the United States, the extraordinary President of the United States, Joe Biden.
I think my dog ran to the other room when that was first played. And now the most extraordinary president ever. Yeah. And if you listen closely to top Democrats and talking heads, they're really trying now to mightily trying to build her up.
I think people are hoping that he will recognize we're running Kamala Harris for president right now. That's who we're running. Nobody believes Joe Biden's going to be president in 4 years.
Yeah, I'll say. But behind closed doors, smart Democrats know the truth about Kamala. She's been way over her skis for most of her political career, which she owes, by the way, to the man she had a romantic relationship with, former San Francisco Mayor Willie Brown. And the New York Times obituary on her horrendous aborted 2020 campaign, that was brutal. Ms. Harris is the only 2020 Democrat, they wrote, who has fallen out of the top tier of candidates. She's proved to be an uneven campaigner who changes her message and tactics to little effect and has a staff torn into factions. And, by the way, her hemorrhaging of staff continued in the White House. Well, right off the bat, there were theories that Biden's people had it in for her right from the beginning by giving her that unenviable role of border czar. Well, and since then, she really hasn't accomplished anything, well, unless you count embarrassing herself by laughing at inappropriate times and just saying stupid things.
I just love the idea of exploring the unknown.
I love electric school buses. I just love them for so many reasons. Maybe because I went to school on a school bus. I really love Venn diagrams.
But now they have to pretend that she's a force to be reckoned with.
She is increasing her role, and she's been a valued partner since day one. I won't get into whether she's been covered fairly by the press, but she is a valuable partner. She's incredibly intelligent.
Joining us now, Tulsi Gabbard, former Congresswoman, former 2020 presidential candidate, Fox News contributor. Now, Tulsi, you debated Kamala. Do you think she actually thinks she's smart and effective, and if so, why?
Without a doubt, she believes this. I can't even begin to analyze why that is the case. But look, you know, she has been unqualified to serve as vice president and is not qualified or capable at all for the very real prospect that if Biden wins, she will be president of the United States. That's a fact. Regardless of who's on the top of the ticket as the Democrats figure this thing out, whether it's Biden, Harris, or Harris, whoever, a President Kamala Harris will be our commander-in-chief. And I can tell you, as a soldier who's deployed to multiple war zones, and I can speak for a lot of my brothers and sisters in uniform, that prospect should be terrifying for all Americans. She is incapable and unqualified to be our country's commander-in-chief, which then leads to what I know to be certain. Just as Joe Biden is not calling the shots on our foreign policy, he's got Tony Blinken and Hillary Clinton and Jake Sullivan and Lloyd Austin and all of these other people in the deep state administrative state who are not elected, who are actually making these decisions related to our foreign policy, who have pushed us to the brink of multiple wars, Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, and closer to the brink of nuclear war than ever before. If it is a President Kamala Harris, a Commander-in-Chief Kamala Harris, it will be the very same deep state making these decisions that have done such great harm to our own national security and to our freedom as a country.
Now, the damage that these people have done, when Trump looked at Biden, and I'm just paraphrasing, but essentially said, why are you doing this to America? Why are you doing this? I mean, that's just a legitimate question. And she's just completely incapable. And it's embarrassing. And I don't mean to be personal, but it's embarrassing how she speaks in public. And so she might not have, obviously, cognition problems, but she's just not that capable. And that's a problem. Now, Tulsi, moments ago, 2 more Democrats came out in support of Biden. Check this out.
Do you support Joe Biden staying as your Democratic nominee?
Yes, I made clear the day after the debate publicly that I support President Joe Biden and the Democratic ticket. My position has not changed.
Joe Biden is our nominee. He is not leaving this race. He is in this race, and I support him.
AOC, the great crusader, just minutes ago, another squad member, Ayanna Pressley, said Biden's the nominee. I mean, the squad just fell right in line with the warmongers. Don't you love that? The perpetual war party, and the squad just dropped all of their peacenik ways and went right with them. It's all about power, Tulsi.
And this is the choice voters have, and it's a very clear one, Laura. A vote for Biden-Harris is a vote for more of the warmongers and deep state controlling our country's security and foreign policy and tyranny, and a vote for Donald Trump is a vote for somebody who can actually wrestle that power and control away from them and put us back on track toward a path towards a free, prosperous, and peaceful future.
Yeah, peace. I'm glad he talked about peace at the debates. At the debate, Tulsi, thank you so much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.